What's up, y'all? Hey. 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 Yes. If she bad, I'ma fuck her in my trap house. What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. This is no review today because I didn't watch Real Housewives of Orange County. I started to, but the edible had kicked in at the same time and she was asleep within 15 minutes. So I don't know what the fuck happened. So we will, I'll watch it today and I'll have it for you. But what I wanted to talk about was, let me get my ass together. I saw some shit on Twitter this morning that kind of triggered me. And it was two tweets, actually. One tweet was from a guy that said that he only wanted to date or be with a woman who had the same upbringing as him. That was one. And the other one was a dude that said he only married his wife. One of the reasons he married his wife is because she was raised with her father. So I was like, oh, okay. I understand where both of them are coming from, right? I understand wanting to be with somebody who has similar upbringing than you know, because you kind of have the same values, right? You kind of are, you know, may have the same beliefs. You may not, but like your foundational core, you believe to be the same as you. I've had guy friends said that, you know, since I come from a two-parent home, I want the person that I date to come from a two-parent home. Well, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that you should be with somebody who has a similar upbringing than you? Do you believe that if you were raised in a two-parent home, that you should date? I mean, is that a preference? Because I really believe it's just so, first of all, I think he's limiting himself by only dating people who have two-parent homes. There's great, smart, wonderful people raised in single-parent homes, whether it's a man or a woman who heads the household. I know a lot of wonderful people raised in single-parent homes. I know a lot of fucked up people raised in two-parent homes, especially if that two-parent home is together because of the kid. So two-parent homes don't always indicate healthy households. It doesn't. I mean, as we can see, there's so many people who stay in relationships for children and end up, you know, doing a disservice to themselves as, you know, as a person, right? I don't know. I don't think that it triggered me. And I'm going to tell you why it triggered me. Because the one that triggered me was like, I'll only date women who were raised by men. Now, I would say that my father was in my life, and I was more connected to him when I got a little bit older, which I always thought when he would give me advice about men and give me the game. You understand what I'm saying? I later realized as I stepped out of that relationship with my dad that a lot of the advice that he gave me as it relates to relationships didn't serve me. It served the man. It didn't serve me as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? And it doesn't. So I feel like, oh yeah, I'm daddy's girl, but I really wasn't a daddy's girl. I wanted to be a daddy's girl. I wanted to have a father who protected me at all costs. You understand what I'm saying? Because everybody says, you know, your father is your first impression of a man. And I realized that when I got with my son's father, he immediately reminded me of my father. But in that mind that I had, that internalized misogynistic ideas that were fed to me, that man did not serve me as a woman, did not honor, respect, and uphold and uplift me as a woman. my presence in that man's life served him more than it served me. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it does, and my father did give me a lot of advice. I just don't understand. I don't know. I just think that saying somebody, you believe that somebody was raised, just because people are raised in two-parent homes doesn't mean that they're going to have the same values as you. Doesn't mean they're going to be raised like you. I just think that's so limiting to be like, well, I'll only date people who come from the same, my household looks like their household. Well, yeah, you could have had two parents in your home that were loving, nurturing, and, giving and respectful and compassionate and listen to you. And then you could be with somebody that says, okay, they had two-parent home too, but their parents didn't like each other. Their father and mother didn't respect each other. Their father and mother fought all the time. So you're coming from a two-parent home where you have learned how to deal with conflict in a toxic way, and this other person comes from a two-parent home who learned to deal with conflict in a productive way. So you're really taking your chances. I don't think, and saying, oh, that's my preference. I think it's so, when people say that's my preference, it's so stupid, because it's like, oh, I prefer to date people who come. How do you know that? And where do you know? You have people come from two-parent homes, both of their parents sexually molested them. Like, what are you, it doesn't make sense. And it's like a bunch of niggas just saying stupid shit to make it seem like they're really on top of how to navigate through these relationships, and they ask be toxic as fuck. And I just don't, and women are the same way. Like, another thing that triggered me this morning was a woman on Instagram posting something that said, men are tired of dating broke females. Well, let's first the sentence, men and females. So why are you referring to the men as men, so that we can understand that you're talking about the human male, and then you refer to the women as females? Do you understand when you refer to women as females that you are deducing them to their sexual organs, because that is what makes a person, by definition, a female, is her anatomy? So when you call a woman a female, male and men and women who do this, when you call a woman a female, you are basically objectifying them, reducing them to an object. That's it. And to me, I feel like it's just a nice way of calling a woman a bitch in company. These females, because when someone is talking about females, the tone is always a negative. These fucking females, these females are broke. Fuck these females. It's always a negative. No one ever speaks of women in a loving way and refer to them as females. Think about it. That's the problem with the word female. If people, a lot of people don't understand, like, why y'all don't like to be called females, because it deduces a woman to just her sexual organs. I am a woman. I am a female human, right? Unless when you put a how do you say it? A category behind the female, that gives you like a female rapper, a female comedian. But these females, a female cop, right? You are distinctively referring to because you understand we have female plants, female screwdrivers, female plugs, female outlets. You understand what I'm saying? So you reducing it to the part, like it's basically a hole that you stick something in. That's when you look at everything that's female, it's a hole that you stick something in. So it's, I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining myself. I'm a little hopped up on coffee this morning, but I was just triggered by that. And I was like, I used to suffer from internalized misogyny. I used to cape for men when they didn't, like, I would say I'd give myself maybe 10 years ago, I would have been upset about this Bill Cosby thing. I would have taken the position like, oh my God, they are ruining a black man's legacy. How do we know all of these women are telling the truth? Bitch, it's 60 women. 60. From all over. That man was a predator. He abused his influence and power. He is a rapist. He is also a philanthropist. He is also giving back to black colleges. But at the same time, the same niggas who are uplifting Bill Cosby, pull your pants up. Pull Pull your pants up, because Bill Cosby doesn't like that, nigger. Shit. Y'all want to big up Bill Cosby. His ass, and I was thinking, I was like, should that old ass man go to jail? Should he sit his ass in jail? Yes, you should. Even though I know once he goes to jail, it'll probably decrease his, years of how long he's going to remain on this earth. He'll probably die. But you should know that you need to be punished for your actions and that you cannot get away with it. Period. You should understand that. Men should understand that. Stop, and women, stop abusing your power and thinking you're going to get away with it. This is a proof that you just can't do everything you want to do. I don't know. I'm just randomly talking, guys, because I was triggered by that. Like all of these men and women who suffer from internalized misogyny. A woman posted, men are tired of dating broke females. You're a woman. Okay? So what are you doing? Like, you are basically speaking up and standing up for men. Like, I don't know. I just think it's disgusting. I learned it myself. I used to look back and be like, every time it was a story against a man and a woman, I would take on the position of the man. I would take his position over hers. Because I just learned that. And then, not only from my father, but other women in my family. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a lot of, like, for me, I don't feel like my father should be the patriarch of that family tree. I believe my aunt should. I believe a woman should be the head of the family. I believe that because a woman holds the men down, and just because you're a man does not mean that you should be the head of the family. Answer me this. In your experience, when a man and a woman are together and the family, they have a large family, what happens when the man dies? What happens when the patriarch dies? Now think about it. What happens when the matriarch dies? When the woman dies? The fucking family falls apart. Do you understand me? It don't have shit to do. Just because you're a man don't mean... Anyway, it doesn't mean that because you're a man that you are automatically deemed the patriarch of the family. You cannot be the patriarch of the family when your own branches don't fuck with you. You can't do that. You can't do that. In a family tree, when the woman should be... and I look at my aunt and I look at my grandmother and I look at the women in my family and I think, wow, you guys really navigated through your lives serving men over yourself. Taking care of men over yourself. Men that have fucked you over. Men who have abused you. Men who have... You're taking on the position to take care of them. And if you think about it, would the motherfucker take care of you if it was the other way around? Hell no. He'd be out there fucking other bitches as soon as the fucking blanket went over your head. Or during. That really triggered me because I'm like, oh my God, these men really believe this, and women really believe it. And I'm so glad that I have come to recognize how I used to, my opinions on women and men issues, and how I just always took on the men's perspective. I learned that from my dad. I learned it from my dad. Things that I would think back on the advice that my father would give me as it relates to relationships, and it was always from his lens, always from a male's perspective. And it didn't serve me at all. It didn't serve me at all. None of it. The relationship that I had with a man that reminded me of my father did not serve me at all. And when I think about it, the way that he empathized with him, and the reason why my father and I do not talk to this day is because he had empathy from a male's perspective for his daughter's abuser. Think about it. Think about it. You had empathy saying, oh, I understand what it's like to be a father and not be able to see his children. I get it. But this is the same person you're empathizing with is the same exact person who violated your daughter's agency. You gave your daughter advice to wait for a man because you told her you wouldn't want nobody doing that to you. I'm telling you, the golden rule, I'm not living by the golden rule no more. I'm done with the treat people how you want to be treated. Nah, I'm treating you the way you treat me, nigga. I am treating you the way you treat me. So you better treat me right because I can treat you bad better than you can treat me bad. Got it? Shit. I just was like, oh my God, I just can't believe, I will only date a person from a two-parent home. You don't know what kind of two-parent home they come from. You don't know what, I will only date, or I only married my wife because she was raised with her father. What? Nigga, shut the fuck up, stupid ass. Your stupid ass preferences. I prefer. Girl, please. That shit is stupid. I'm so glad that I don't think like that anymore. I'm so glad I got out of that. And I do find myself thinking like, okay, Erica, think about this. Because you're automatic, if you were raised like that, your automatic reaction is going to be a decision that serves a man. That's why I don't like Toya. And I don't like this idea that women are different. My father has told me, when you're in a relationship, never deny your man pussy. What? Are you kidding me? I really thought like that. I really thought that if I don't give my man pussy, he's gonna go find it somewhere else. He really taught me that. You know how damaging that is to a woman? Do you know that you're telling a woman to give herself even when she doesn't want to, so that he won't go out and find another pussy? Damaging. Don't teach your daughters that. Do not teach your daughters to give their man pussy whenever they want it, no matter how they feel, no matter if they're mad at him or not. Fuck that. This is your body. He don't own shit on you. And if he wants to go out and fuck somebody else, be gone, bitch. That's it. Oh, let me get away from this motherfucking truck. You understand what I'm saying? Anyways, this is just a little therapy session for me because I was triggered this morning. I was just like, what? Y'all niggas is so stupid. It was just 3 things that really triggered me. And I was just like, all of this is dumb. And it just made me think about myself and how I was raised and how the women, and it's not just men, it's women who teach their daughters shit like that. I had a friend one time tell me that his mother told him, don't date women with dirty baseboards. Wait, stop, full stop. First of all, nigga, how the fuck you gonna get in my house to determine whether my baseboards are clean or not, to determine whether or not you're gonna date me? What kind of fucked up advice is that to give to your son about a woman if she don't have clean baseboards? Bitch, you get in here and clean the fucking baseboards. Shit, the fuck out of here. You motherfuckers be giving your children some fucked up ass advice about relationships and women and men, and how to treat men, and how to put your needs to the side and work with men, how to be abused by men, and then when the men get sick and have strokes and shit, your stupid ass is taking care of him. Fuck that nigga. It's always a woman taking care of some man who has abused her. And you know what's so funny? Let me tell you what's so funny. I think about my grandmother. I think about my aunt. I think about their relationships. I almost ended up like that. When my son's father, he ended up having some medical issues. I would have been that same fucking woman. I'm so glad and when you think about breaking cycles, like really going in and breaking cycles, I would have been that same woman taking care of a nigga who had strokes. No. I refuse. No. We're not doing that. We're breaking cycles around this motherfucker. And we're teaching our children how to honor themselves and honor the people that they're with. Honor them. Not stifle them, not push them aside, not dismiss them. We teaching our children different. We breaking cycles out this motherfucker. Do you understand me? I would have been that same one. Whenever I think about this nigga, he had a stroke. 3, I think, 2 or 3. I thought, oh my God, I would have been like my grandmother. I would have been like my aunt, taking care of a nigga and feeling like, oh, I need to take care of him because I would want that done for me. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, nigga. Take care of your goddamn self. You want to put your hands on people? You want to verbally and emotionally abuse people? Take care of your goddamn self. Hope your heart explodes. Shit. Please. Anyways, that's my little therapy session for myself. I was just triggered. Whew. I had to get that out. What do y'all think, though? Do y'all think that, what? This is what I want to know. Put in the comments some crazy ass advice that you got from an elder, whether it be an aunt, a grandmother, an uncle, a father, a mother. Put in the comments some crazy ass relationship advice that you got from an elder that didn't serve you and served a person over your own self. I want to hear it, because I know I can't be the only one who was giving dumbass advice about relationships. I know that. I know I can't be the only one. I can't be the only woman who used to suffer from internalized misogyny. It can't be. I know some other people have. So let me know, y'all. Anyways, I'm done. Let me go and finish. I'm in traffic. I got 10 minutes to be to work, and I'm 20 minutes away. All right, y'all. That's all I have to say. Excuse the hollering and the screaming. Some of you crazy asses love it when I get upset. Oh, the passion. Y'all have a wonderful day. And remember, honor yourself. Honor yourself and honor the people that you love. Uplift, uphold, support, and keep your motherfucking people honest. Your tribe, keep them honest. Uplift them, support them, encourage them. Do not give them advice that serves someone else's needs over theirs, all right? Take care of each other.